A body made of chainsaws, gigantic disturbing monsters, a sword so big that a normal human could never wield it. These are just a few of the crazy and clever ways mangaka hook you into their series and keep you wanting more. They come up with some of the coolest and most outrageous ideas in all of the entertainment industry, so that you can't help but keep your eyes glued to the pages or the screen. It's indisputable that mangaka are masters of grabbing your attention through their insane concepts, crazy powers, unique worlds, and stunning style. So I thought it would be fun to explore some of these eccentric ways mangaka draw you into their series and why they're so effective. The first anime I ever watched was Attack on Titan, and boy was that a shock. I mean, seeing the way they run and their creepy faces surprised me so much that my jaw was basically on the floor the entire first episode. And I thought the concept of them having to kill these scary giant monsters while being trapped behind huge walls was super cool. This is the kind of thing I'm referring to, and it's what drew me to anime as a medium, which in turn made me explore other anime. Fast forward to now where I'm pretty much going to be an anime fan for the rest of my life. Heck, I even make videos about it. If I had never been hooked in by the bizarre world of Attack on Titan, I might not have watched other classic series like Naruto and One Piece, and wouldn't have become as big of an anime/manga fan. I want to talk about series like One Punch Man, Fist of the North Star, and Chainsaw Man too. In these series, what hooks you into watching or reading is the awesome powers the protagonists have. Saitama can kill anything in one punch, Kenshiro's attacks explode enemies from within, and Denji's entire body can turn into chainsaws. Come on, how much more badass can you get? And how weird is the fact that Denji can turn into chainsaws? I feel like we've all kind of just accepted this craziness, but it actually works really well. It's that initial spark that keeps you consuming, and eventually you're in love with the world and the characters and are a true fan of the series. Without these cool powers, you might lose interest and move on to the next series before the story has a chance to develop. Then you have series where the concept or idea is the thing that keeps you coming back for more. In Death Note, the main character discovers a book that can kill anybody if he puts their full name in it. How insane is that? Of course there's a ton of limits to this power, but that's what makes the whole concept so interesting. He's given an overpowered ability, but he has to work around its limitations, all while people are trying to catch him. In Blue Lock, soccer players are forced to compete with each other in a facility where they fight to become the greatest striker by eliminating other players. Whoever is the last one standing will get to join the national team, but whoever gets eliminated will never be able to join the team. This is basically a battle royale, which is a super awesome concept that many series put their own spin on. Squid Game had a very similar idea, and look how successful that series became. They don't have any crazy powers or anything either as far as I know, so the concept really carries this series. And in Dr. Stone, everybody gets petrified in stone, so it's up to Senku to unstonify everybody with the power of science. It might be an unrealistic concept, but the idea of everybody turning into stone and the mystery behind it keeps you watching. It's also cool to see how they solve all their problems through science instead of OP abilities. Some series can even rely on the setting or world to draw you in too. The dystopian, futuristic world in Cyberpunk Edgerunners is fascinating to most people. And the creators took advantage of this fact, but also created an anime that was great in other aspects to back it up. Nearly everybody was intrigued by the virtual reality MMO world of Sword Art Online, so a lot of people ended up watching it. But by the end of it, tons of people were disappointed by the story, which goes to show that just because an anime hooks you in, doesn't necessarily mean it will be good. Then there's my personal favorite, One Piece. There's something very alluring about the open sea, and One Piece takes full advantage of this by having the characters go on tons of adventures in an ocean filled with dangerous pirates, creatures, and islands. I mean, people have even made cinematic videos dedicated entirely to the world of One Piece. Another one of the ways that I tend to fall in love with the series is with their brilliant style. This can either mean the actual art style or some of the stylistic choices like gore, exaggerated perspectives, or even humor. One series that I fell in love with for this reason was Berserk. In Berserk, the art is so incredibly detailed that it's really a sight to behold. Not to mention that it's done in a dark fantasy aesthetic with tons of gore, which I really love. The pure mastery of art is something that I feel anybody who likes art would be drawn to, even if they don't like manga. And you know that I've got to bring up the cyberpunk anime again for its style. The colors, art style, and overall vibes were something that really captivated me. So much so that I binged it all in one day. Which, by the way, a series can hook you in multiple ways. In fact, I think some of the best series combine many of these categories into one. Cyberpunk shocked me with its style, setting, and powers, which are the cybernetic implants, but it didn't really wow me with the plot or concept. But why do I bring all this up? Clearly, anime and manga are not the only mediums to hook their viewers. It's used in writing and shows of varying kinds, but I feel anime and manga just do it better than any other medium. Take comic books as an example. You almost always know they're going to have superpowers and they're going to have to save Earth. Whereas in anime and manga, the powers and motivations are much more varied and unique. Or take your typical novel, for example. In novels, I feel it takes forever to get to the good stuff, where in manga, it's right in your face from the very beginning. Or take your average TV show your mom watches. The powers, concepts, worlds, or style oftentimes aren't enough to pique my interest in these type of shows. Though there are a few exceptions to this, like Game of Thrones or Stranger Things, that really excel at hooking you in these ways. But I think mangaka hook viewers in the craziest ways they can imagine, and it's really effective, as shown by the rising popularity of anime and manga. I think their creativity is unmatched, and is really at the forefront of creating new series that we can fall in love with. Instead of the constant reboots of the West, we're constantly drawn to these new and exciting series coming from Japan. It's this reason that I fell in love with anime and manga, and why I will continue to love it. I'd love to hear from you guys what the first anime that hooked you into the medium was too. Or maybe even an anime that you feel is excellent in all 4 of the categories I mentioned. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more videos like this one, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, and peace out, guys.